Well, hello everybody. I think I start every video by saying, well, hello everybody. And I wanted to talk to you guys and tell you, just go over a lot of subjects, actually. And you know, I'm here in the retail store, and I often make my videos here in the retail store. You know why? I'm trying to make haunted house owner operators understand that you have to diversify your business. You gotta get past the old days of it just being a haunted house and chasing people around with chainsaws and everything else. We just got this in, this pumpkin head. And look at this, we just got these in. These are freaking super cool. Look at these little action figures. We just got those in. And I'll tell you a little secret. We've been going to Walmart. Look at this. We bought this for 10 bucks. We're taking this out and selling this for 10 and that for 10. And then I bought these for 4 bucks. We'll sell them for 10 bucks. Anyway, you know, when you go to the Walmarts of the world right now, they don't have a whole lot of stuff left. Target doesn't have a whole lot of stuff left. And they're clearancing it out. They're getting rid of it. Okay? They're moving in the Christmas stuff. And you know what video's coming soon? Is the video where we're going to go to Spirits and Walmart and Target and everywhere else, and we're going to try to clean them out to restock our retail store. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about a variety of topics, starting with a very tragic mistake that I made. Hence the title of the video that said I made a big mistake, because I did. You know, I've been making videos for you guys, and I've been literally saying over and over again about dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's. Well, I didn't do that. I made a huge mistake. And I'm going to get into that mistake in a few minutes. And it's a big mistake. And I'm only sharing it with you because I want you guys to know that running a successful business is all about crossing every T and dotting every single I. And we're going to go into the ones that I missed. But before we do, I want to talk about a couple other subjects. So, this retail store is on pace. And by the way, we're not a haunt. The Darkness isn't a haunt that does 50,000 people or anything like that, okay? We're not in that market, and we don't do that kind of business, okay? So, I want to report that our retail store, for whatever it's worth, is on pace to do about $100,000. I think that's good. What do you think? Okay. $100,000. Now, we have way more than $100,000 invested in it. When you talk about all the money that we've spent building in, all the money that we've spent, you know, trying to buy all the product and everything else. Creepy World's retail store did pretty good tonight. It did about $3,000, and this recording is Thursday, the second to last Thursday. So next Thursday is Halloween, to put that in perspective. And I'm happy to report that tonight, Creepy World did more people than it did last year. I think it's only like the second or third time that's happened this season. The Darkness did less again, but Creepy World was over Darkness is a little under, so it's about the same. And you know, talk to a lot of people, their season's not doing good. They're hoping that because the calendar shift, that this last week will be really good. We'll see. I'm hoping, you know, at this point, I'll just take as good as last season for the last 10 days because, you know, the Darkness and Creepy World are open every night, starting tonight through November the 2nd. So that means we're open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 days in a row. And so I think that that's a good thing to be open the last 10 days. You know what that does? That allows us in our market to be open at least one Monday, at least one Tuesday, at least one Thursday. And it actually will be our third Thursday. We're open every Sunday. Of course, we're open every Friday and Saturday. So anyway, I think this is a positive. So we'll see what happens. But I wanted to mention that I thought about a couple other things on why possibly the haunted house industry is doing terrible. Well, number one, I want to admit something. I've been doing nothing but updating social media pages, responding to emails. Literally, we weren't open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's all I did for 3 days. Sat in a chair, put on 20 more pounds. I'm looking for Halloween to be over, so I don't have to sit in front of my computer all day, all night, and do all this work. And start exercising and whatever. That's what I'm looking forward to when Halloween is over. But with that being said, one of the things that I thought about today, and let me just review why I think haunted houses are doing terrible. I think theme parks are starting to eat into your business. We talked about that in the last video. I think that the price has gotten too high. I mean, it's just that simple. I was talking to a haunt tonight on a Thursday night. They did about 2,500 people. Well, you know what? They have dynamic pricing, which, by the way, you can do with Fair Ticket. But they have dynamic pricing, and on these weekdays, they're lowering the price down to like $21 or $22, and they're getting like a couple thousand people. Man, I really got to think long and hard about doing dynamic pricing myself, so you can raise the price on the busiest nights, and then the nights where you don't think you'll do as well. But you know, the problem is, what if you dynamic price like a Tuesday or a Wednesday at $22, and the same amount of people show up that would have showed up anyway? Because St. Louis is a market where people don't traditionally come out in force on weekdays. It's really a weekend town. So I really hate myself if it turned out that the exact same amount of people came on a weekday, and we basically just flushed all that money down the toilet. There's only one way to find out with anything, is just to do it. Try it, see what happens. Something to think about in 2025, and I'm going to think about that. Should I switch to dynamic pricing, and will that boost early October? Will that boost September? Would that boost November? Who knows? Now, another thing that we talked about was why haunts are doing terrible. This is the third reason, is the election. And this is what I wanted to admit. As I was sitting in my chair, getting fatter by the second, because you're not moving around, you're not exercising, you're not doing anything, just literally updating, Okay, and here's the thing. I'm also getting ready for the IAPA show. So we're redoing our brochure top to bottom. It's actually going to be the coolest brochure that we have ever done, because we've come up with some really cool ideas for the brochure that is so, like, I can't even believe I'd ever thought of this before. But it's going to make our brochure kind of interactive. It's really going to be cool. So, and it also helped me figure out exactly how to redo my website as well. But with that being said, we're going to the IAPA show because we sell mini golfs, laser tags, we can build escape rooms, haunted houses, and we're going to the IAPA show. So we're trying to get ready for that as well, okay? So we're redoing the brochure. I'm sitting there all night long, retyping every page from scratch, and it took a while. And, you know, and I'm sitting here on Facebook, and I've been on Facebook a lot more because of the fact that it's Halloween season. Now, once Halloween season's over, if we were to do a tour, I'll stay on Facebook. If not, like all of last summer, if you follow my Facebook page or you saw my personal Facebook page, I don't think I posted anything on it for 6 months because I don't really care. I don't look at Facebook. I really don't pay any attention to it. But right now I'm seeing it, and I got into it, not like calling people names or anything, but I got into it talking about all of these people posting this nonsense online saying that Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler. Now, to me, that is disgusting because of some general guy that Donald Trump fired. And by the way, I just want to say, and I'm not trying to say, and because I wasn't there, I didn't hear that he did say something positive about Adolf Hitler or not. But Kushner, that's Donald Trump's son-in-law, he wrote a book about his time in the Trump White House. And he put in that book, and this book came out a long time ago, that particular general, who was for a very short time, he was Donald Trump's personal assistant or whatever that is, his I don't know what it's called, the person that makes up, you know, like, who can talk to the president, where he goes, and whatever. I think his name is Kelly, the president. Well, anyway, that Kushner guy, which is Ivanka's husband, and Ivanka is Trump's daughter. He wrote a book. It came out, I don't know, over a year ago. And he wrote in there that Kelly guy pushed Ivanka Trump, that they got into a heated argument, and he supposedly, according to Kushner, pushed his wife. Well, you know how much Donald Trump likes his wife, his daughter. So obviously the guy was fired, and so now he's saying something about Donald Trump and Adolf Hitler. Which, I mean, come on, like, who believes this stuff? And so anyway, I got into it, and I'm not trying to get into a bunch of political stuff. I'm just basically saying this is what's going on the internet. People are seeing different things that they don't like, and then they're responding to it. And there's a lot of vitriol on Facebook, because I actually spent like two days having debates with people about the election, about how deplorable I think it is that somebody would actually compare Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler. You know, for those who don't know, Adolf Hitler started World War II, resulted in over 50 million deaths. Europe was literally destroyed. He tried to literally exterminate not one race. They always think about the Jews, but he also wanted to exterminate the Slavic people as well. And, you know, I mean, this is like literally the most horrible man who's ever been on planet Earth. And it's just disgusting and deplorable to compare Donald Trump, who tried to keep the United States out of wars, to somebody who started a war that resulted in over 50 million deaths. Like, this is just ridiculous. So anyway, the point being is that when you look around on Facebook or Twitter or anything, everybody has gone hog wild, crazy, either arguing for Donald Trump, against Donald Trump, for Harris, against Harris. And I really don't care who you're voting for. I'm making a point that people are really, really into fighting and arguing on social media. And when you turn on the news, they're totally zoned in on the fact this election is coming up in 12 days or whatever. And I really feel like Donald Trump's going to win, and the Democrats are panicking and they're just getting desperate, throwing out these things. And Kamala Harris literally said yesterday that she thinks that Donald Trump is a fascist. I mean, that's how crazy it is right now. So when you think about that, you can understand that there's not a whole lot of people paying attention to Halloween. And do you know how I know a lot of people aren't paying attention to Halloween? It's because I'm doing the same things I did last year on TikTok, and I'm not getting the views that I was getting last Halloween. And I'm being dead serious. Like, I've gotten a couple to punch through, but I'm not getting the same kind of views. I think that when you look on TikTok, it's really littered with, election videos, making fun of people, whether it's Donald Trump working at McDonald's, as an example, okay, or the cats and dogs thing, or it's like one of a million really dumb things Harris has said over the last few weeks. But that is social media right now. So I'm not getting views like I was even getting on my Instagram page 3 months ago. So I was putting up the same type of content 3 months ago when people were thinking about the election, but they weren't really in panic mode yet. And I was getting more views in the summer than I'm getting in October. That tells you where everybody's state of mind is right now. And I think that is a huge factor. So anyway, switching subjects, I thought of another reason why haunted houses might be doing less people. And let me tell you. So we recently decided to change our calendars 100%, meaning the darkness calendar, on the dates we're going to open, the dates Lamp is going to open. We're actually going to try something different for the first time. We're going to do 2 nights for Krampus and 2 nights for Valentine's. One day it'll be at the Lamp, one day will be at the Darkness. And then we started kicking the tires around, and we asked our actors about the Halfway to Halloween. So now Darkness is going to open for Halfway to Halloween. I think it's going to be like May the 3rd. So we're going to open for Halfway to Halloween. This brings up a point. Some of you people out there are open for 4 days, 6 days for Krampus, 3 days, 4 days, 2 days, whatever for Valentine's. And now you're open for like 2 days, 3 days, or whatever for Halfway to Halloween, okay? You might be hurting your October attendance. Has anybody ever thought of that? It's like if you do Halfway to Halloween, and I talked to some people who said they did 2,000 people, 2,500 people. Is it possible that those people are not coming in October because they went in May? I think that's a possibility. So let me review. Obvious one is an election. Another one is the price might be too much. Another one is theme parks have really aligned themselves very much with Horror Nights model, and they're trying to follow that and saying, hey, Horror Nights is in St. Louis, it is in Cleveland, it is in, whatever city you live in. And then we also have this other thing that I didn't even think about until the other day. I thought about that you're kind of like, maybe there's like a ceiling on how many people will come. And when you open for Krampus and you open for Valentine's and you open a bunch of days, and then you start open for Halfway to Halloween, and then I've even talked to some people who've opened up for like St. Patrick's Day. Is it possible that when you factor those amount of people that come in, that maybe you're not down? Did that ever cross anybody's mind? I don't know. You got to go back. You got to look at the numbers. So the Darkness, we just announced that we are going to do halfway to Halloween. So I actually have imagery being made to, you know, start putting it out there. And for those who don't do this, on Fear Ticket, we've already started selling our Valentine's and our Krampus. The only thing we don't have up for sale yet is the halfway to Halloween. But we're going to do halfway to Halloween. But we're only going to do it at the darkness. We're not going to do it at the lamp. We're just going to do it at the darkness. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll do really well. A lot of haunted houses, you can't go much past May the 3rd because you don't have air conditioning. It could get hot. It could get warm. That's a problem. So we don't have air conditioning in the physical darkness, but we do have air conditioning in TerraVisions and in this beautiful retail store. Now, before I tell you what my huge mistake was, and I'm going to share it with you because I want you to not make the same mistake that I made, and maybe from watching this video you're going to come to the conclusion, holy cow, I forgot to do the same exact thing. But before I do, I wanted to talk about really quickly about our plans after Halloween. I am literally really conflicted on exactly what to do. But our plan, and I've been talking to people and we're trying to order stuff and we're trying to get stuff all lined out, is to do a renovation to the darkness. And I can tell you exactly what we're going to do. There's a scene, there's actually a scare box and a scene on the left of it, a scene on the right of it downstairs, and we're going to rip it out and make it one big scene where people cross over each other. We're going to try to retheme the staircase. We're going to rebuild a hallway upstairs and make it a lot cooler. We have a scene where there's that zip line, you know, for the actor. We're going to redo that room to some degree. And so these are some of the things that we're going to do. We're going to be also installing a bunch of new stuff, repainting the whole place, just bringing it back up to, you know, where it needs to be. We're also going to be building a new escape room. It's already half built. It's an alien themed escape room. We're going to have that open by Transworld. And then we plan on doing a whole nother new escape room that would replace Frankenstein because it doesn't do well. So we're going to replace it. So with all that being said, we also want to remove TerraVisions. Okay, so here's the problem. I want to first fix up the darkness, the main show, and I need to open for Krampus, and I can't start taking TerraVisions out and not being able to replace it in time for Transworld or our Valentine's event. So if we have enough time, we're going to try it. And what I'm thinking that we're going to do is we're going to replace it with a new haunted house. It'll be much smaller and it'll be really super cool, and it's going to double up as an escape room. That's what it's going to do. It's going to double up as an escape room. So once we tear out this one side over there, that building, and we put the escape room connected to the retail store, connected to this new haunt, that's how you would get to it. And so yes, it would be an escape room. So we'll build it and it will be an escape room. That's the plan. That's the plan. Okay. There's another plan as well, but we will be selling TerraVisions. And so if someone is interested in that, you can reach out to me. But TerraVisions is 100% coming out. Now, another thing we plan on doing as part of this renovation, okay, you see this like cove right there, and then how it comes out, and it's like a nook, and then there's like another nook here, and so the plan is to literally take that all the way out and over, so that would punch that way out. Also, in that area that we would confiscate to build like a secret bar experience, now that we have a liquor license, sell VIP tickets, and literally give people VIP badges, lanyards, the whole shebang. That's going to be for a whole nother video. So we would expand the gift store, make it bigger, and then replace TerraVisions 100% with a new haunt at the exit of darkness. It really wouldn't even be like, I won't even think we would have a queue line. It would just be a continuation of the darkness. It would be come out of the darkness into a whole another section, totally themed, completely different, and replace the clown maze. That's the plan. Okay, now if we can get that done before Transworld, which I think is possible, then we're going to try it, and it's going to be something else to get it done, let me tell you right now. But we're going to try it, because as of today, we plan on doing a haunt tour. We don't know if we'll add Creepy World on yet or not, but I do know that we'll do a behind the scenes tour of a renovated darkness, a renovated lamp brewery, and our escape room. It will come with food, a seminar, and it's going to be the biggest tour we've ever done in terms of a behind the scenes tour where you can come through, take pictures and everything else. So we plan on working on the lamp, working on the darkness, putting in 2 new escape rooms, and you're going to be able to tour all of it, okay, including this retail store. And if we can, we'll have a new section on the back of the darkness. That's the game plan, okay? And so whether or not we get to tour Creepy World or not, you know, we don't know yet, but we're going to definitely look at it over the next week and try to figure it out. We also have to talk to a fire marshal and a building inspector. I don't want to sell tickets and then us not be able to do it. So anyway, that's the plan. And then we plan on opening the lamp with live actors, the darkness with live actors, and having this behind the scenes tour. And we're going to blow out the darkness. We're going to build the coolest scenes, as we always do, that we've ever done. And we're going to really try to knock it out of the park. And the behind the scenes tour, I think, is going to be the best, because it's going to be all of our escape rooms. You can go into all of them, walk around. We're going to have people there. They'll tell you everything that's going on there. There'll be a seminar. You can go to LAMP or not go to LAMP. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you, because it'll have to overlap a little bit with the show. All right. So this is going to bring this video to an end. Now, I need to tell you exactly the mistake that I made. Now, I can tell you a while back, I got on social media and I said, update your Hauntworld listing, because Hauntworld gets a lot of views. I can tell you Hauntworld is doing fantastic. It's sending me a lot of traffic. You need to update the times, the dates, put in new information, update the descriptions to maybe use the word 2023. You need to get to 2024. So I did this. I actually updated my Hauntworld listing a while back. I updated the calendar. I did everything, okay? All that's good, and it's all fine. Guess what I didn't update? Google. Did you know that on Google, they many times they give your customers the wrong information because you don't update your times and dates? So they literally will say you're closed. And a lot of people actually buy into that. And so I started thinking, because, you know, Google made it so they want, you know, all the money for advertising and whatnot. So when you type in Darkness Haunted House, for example, they'll have a business listing. And that business listing all Halloween season has been giving out the wrong information. And when you look at the description, it clearly says 2023. Okay, it's not giving out the proper times and dates that were open. And this is a catastrophe mistake on my part, because people actually go by what they see on Google many times. So this was another thing that I did all day today. I updated the lamp, the darkness, and Creepy World. So I actually got the times and dates corrected. And then I noticed that Google did something new where he added this other feature where you could list special times and dates. So I was able to do that already for the Halloween the halfway to Halloween, I was able to put on Krampus, and I did this for all the Darkness, Limp, and Creepy World. So I updated the descriptions, the times, the dates, all the information, and I totally didn't think of that. And that is part of dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And it's these little things, but this is a huge, huge mistake. I can only wonder now how many people might we have missed out on because we did not update those Google descriptions. Now, let me go one farther. There's a thing called Yelp, and they actually also give out the wrong information. Do you have your Yelp page updated? Do you have your Google page updated? Have you claimed ownership of your Google business page? If you haven't, you need to do it, and you've got to update it. It doesn't update immediately, but it updates pretty quickly. But you've got Yelp and Google out there probably giving out last year's information or 2 years ago information because you never thought to update it. This could be costing you tens of thousands of dollars. And I want to kick myself right in the ass. And if I could, I would. Huge, huge mistake. But let me tell you something. It was corrected, and it was corrected for the 10 days that we have left. The times and dates are absolutely correct now. And think about this. We're open every single day, and Google would have said we're not. Huge, huge mistake. And I wonder how many people are leaving this video right now and running to Google to see if they updated their business listing, to see if they change the times and dates. Is Google giving your customers the wrong times and dates? Something you better figure out, and you better do it quick, because I did it. That's why I'm making this video right now. And guess what happened today? We had attendance at or near the same level as last year. Is it a coincidence that I updated the Google information today? Maybe. I don't know. I just know things got a whole lot better today when I updated Google. With that being said, go update your Hauntworld listing as well, and your Yelp or anywhere else where they might have your information advertised incorrectly. Yes, this takes time, but it's very important. You also can go to Facebook and do the same thing. So with that being said, happy Halloween, and look for the next video.